Welcome to Meeple Podcast, Season 4.
Hi everybody, this is Joaquin and this is the only one sound channel about Carcassonne. Today we have with us someone with a scary nickname. He is from Belgium, the national champion, who will go to the World Championship in Germany next October. Karl Verheyden, welcome to Meeple Podcast.
Hi, thanks for inviting me.
Does your nickname come from a film title, the Freddy Krueger's favorite song? Or is it the number of knives you have inside the box of your kitchen?
71 is just my birth year. Knives is actually a song by a Northern Irish band called Therapy. The first time I needed a nickname was for the message boards on their website, so I picked the first song from their breakthrough album Troublegum as my nickname. I reused the name on several sites and added the 71 later to make it unique enough. So there is no relation to the number of tiles in Carcassonne, as somebody suggested recently.
While many countries organized their national championships a short time before the World Cup in Germany. Some of them a few months ago, like Spain in July. But in yours one, it is organized so far from October. Do you remember you are the current champion for Belgium, isn't it?
Yes, I will not easily forget that I'm the current Belgian champion of Carcassonne, because I've tried for more than 15 years to win the title. I finished in second place twice already, so I'm very pleased that I finally managed to win it.
Karl, I have been taking a look of Belgium Carcassonne website, and I have to say it's one of the best, or at least one of I like the most. Who is behind the job of dissemination of your community? I mean the events coverage, the reports of tournaments, this online page building at the end.
The Belgian Carcassonne site was created by Nicolas Victor, Gina on BGA. He's an active traveler and travel blogger, and he's also last year's Carcassonne champion. He's also in the Belgian national team of online Carcassonne, so he already had some experience with website building, and he made a website for us.
Belgium is one of the places where the national champion is not a final stage from qualifiers events. Like other countries, France for example, you can register in this tournament and more than 80 people meet themselves in one encounter point. Where is the city chosen to play? And what do you think about the other system, previous zone stage and final event?
The location of the Belgian National Carcassonne Championship is fairly central in Belgium. Belgium is also not that big, so it's not too difficult for people to get there. At the same location the next day is the Catan National Championship. Having multiple qualifiers at different locations would allow more time to play more games in the qualifying stage. That would give you a chance to recover if you had an unlucky game. Both systems have their advantages. However, I like the current one-day format because it brings players from the entire country together in one place. It is always nice to see people again that you usually don't meet in person.
What was the most difficult match for you on your way to the victory?
In Belgium, first there's a qualifying stage where we play 3 games of 4-player Carcassonne in the Swiss system. The winner gets 5 points, second, third and fourth get 3, 2 and 1 points. After these 3 games, the top 16 advance to the final stage, where it's 1 versus 1 with single elimination. So the hardest part of the day is those 4-player games, because that's much harder to control. there's always a number of strong players that get eliminated in the qualifying stage. In fact, Wannes won the previous time he got through the qualifying stage, and he reached the final this year. The years in between, he did not get to the 1 vs 1 stage.
The last face-to-face battle was against Vance Vancina, who was the 2016 Belgian champion. Tell us how the final duel was.
I had already played Wannes earlier that day in the final 4-player game. He won, I was second, so we both advanced to the knockout stage. Wannes had a tough road to the final. He had to beat 2 former Belgian champions. He also finished third in the World Championship when he was Belgian champion, so I knew it would be a difficult game. But I had been taking it one game at a time the entire day. Just play the next game, and after the game see if I still have a chance at the title. So I approached the final as just another game. The game itself was close. Wannes had first player advantage, but he lost his advantage when he had to discard the quadruple city tile. In the end I won with 5 points difference, mainly due to an 18-point field that I secured with 2 meeples versus 1.
About the trip to Germany, what do you like the most? The idea to meet another players from other countries, to play the Carcassonne World Championship, to know the Spiel Festival, to meet Klaus, to live the whole experience?
I look forward to meeting Carcassonne players from around the world the most. I also like playing against the best players of the world. I might not have a good chance of winning, but I intend to have fun. Such events are always fun because you can focus on one thing. You are in a kind of bubble and the daily work is suspended for a day. All you have to do is play, and in between games you get to talk to interesting people. It's a pity that it's so hard to qualify for such events. This will be my first and possibly only Carcassonne World Championship, but I had the good fortune to qualify for the Catan World Championship twice already, and the Catan European Championship 3 times even.
Is it important for you to live close to Germany?
Not really. Spiel and the World Championship are within driving distance of my home, so that's convenient, but I would also travel to the World Championship if it were somewhere else.
You know there are publishers in many countries that not support the travel to the World Cup. Several players can't visit the final stage in Essen, now in Herne, because it's very expensive. What do you think about that?
I think it is sad if you win a national title and then cannot go to the World Championship because it is too expensive. The cost for the publishers of paying for travel should also not be that big compared to their budgets. I don't think that 999 Games, the Dutch publisher for Belgium, pays for travel for the Carcassonne World Championship. I know from experience that they do pay travel for one Belgian participant to the Catan International Championships, but they can send 2 participants. The second participant has to pay the travel themselves. When the Catan World Championship was held in Durango, Colorado, my wife was the Belgian champion and her travel was paid. I was second and could also go, but I had to pay the travel myself.
Recently you have taken part in the MCO in London. In that Carcassonne event, the winner was the Spanish player from Carcassonne, Spain, Javier Poveda, Juliano Apostata on BGA, and the runner-up was Daniel Angelats, Senglar on BGA, another Spanish player from Catalonia and Carcassonne.cat community. What was your experience in this tournament?
I was recognized by Daniel. He was also at the Catan World Championship in Durango, and I played with him there. I have a terrible memory for faces and names, so I did not recognize him immediately. The MSO was a lot of fun. I met the players from Spain, the UK champion Matt, the former world champion Marian, and Alexei, the Carcassonne streamer. It was my first time at the MSO. I went to have a chance to practice for the World Championship. I had 9 good games, so that was good. It seemed a bit strange to go to London for just one day, so I also participated in Catan Cities a night day before. That didn't go well result-wise, but it was fun. The day before that I played 7 Wonders Duel and won the silver medal, I also played 7 Wonders and won the gold medal. That was an unexpected success.
Team Belgium this year out of playoff phase. Last edition placed 6th behind Japan, China, Portugal, Russian players and Catalonia. What was the difference? Perhaps the WTCOC is more and more difficult year by year?
I think the level of play is indeed increasing. Also, our team was perhaps a bit weaker than last year because Crafty Raf did not qualify for the team. We have a 15-player round-robin turn-based tournament on BGA to determine the team. Raf made the mistake of playing 6 games at the same time immediately the first evening and he lost them all. He recovered on his next games but came 1 win short of making the team. Last year we got a lot of 3-2 victories. This year we got a lot of 3-2 losses. So the difference is not that big. We will try again next year and try to do better again.
About you, Karl, what about all the games apart of Carcassonne?
As I mentioned earlier, I also play Catan and I am a 4-time Catan national champion. I also participate in the Belgian Federation Multi-Games Championship. Those are monthly tournaments where you play 3 games with 4 or more players. There's a ranking per game and an overall ranking. The best players per game play a final game at the end of the year, and the winner is the national champion of that game. That way, I am currently also the Belgian champion of 5-player Carcassonne. So I play a lot of different games, both competitively and among friends. A few years ago, I was also ranked number 1 overall for a bit more than a year. I also participate in the Europe Masters, a European championship for teams of 4 players that is held in Essen during Spiel. Unfortunately, it is on the same day as the Carcassonne World Championship, so I won't participate in the Europe Masters this year. Playing the Carcassonne World Championship is an opportunity I don't want to miss.
Well, would you like to talk about anything I still haven't asked you?
Not that I can think of right now. You had some interesting questions for me.
It was a pleasure having you in this channel. The best of luck for you.
Thanks. I will need a bit of luck to do well at the World Championship. Thanks again for inviting me.
To the audience, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.